Space 101.1 FM welcomes you to Broken, Alaska, the world's only improvised ongoing radio drama series. When it comes to keeping secrets, the people of Broken have to be among the world's best and worst. Having entangled loyalties is pretty much unavoidable when you live in a town of just 71 people. Rose, however, has just received the biggest secret of all, one that could shake our little town to its core.
Thanks for coming over today, Mark. I appreciate that you came up to the house.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Do you want a cup of tea or coffee or anything?
Tea would be great. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. I really miss Bert. Have you heard from him at all?
He was running a 5K.
Yeah, he's in New York City,
right.
I think, right? I hope he comes back soon.
I'm really proud of him for just taking it on.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job. I see him jogging all over town.
Yeah, and your taxidermy classes are really starting to pay off. I'm looking at this mount of the little squirrel you've got
Yeah,
here.
thank you. It's just my first real test of how my taxidermy class is going, and I think it's okay. I mean, obviously the eyes are not level, and you can see here that one of the ears accidentally cut off. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about the taxidermy. His little tails. Well, I accidentally cut off his tail too, but it's just the first attempt. It's going to get better, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, it absolutely will.
I'm going to just put this out on the windowsill, though. It's a little stinky, so.
Yeah.
Here's your tea, though.
Oh, thank you. Now, I was looking over your bookshelf. You still have a Wizard from Earthsea that I gave you.
Of course I do. You gave me that book. I was delighted to read it.
Oh, that's great. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. The thing that I love about Le Guin's work in this book is the idea of someone's true name.
Yes, I remember that part.
I was really taken with Sparrowhawk as he wanders around the islands.
Sparrowhawk was top-notch, yeah.
His true name, though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
I do. Of course I do. But like you said, there's a lot of power in your true name, so I certainly wouldn't be one to say it out loud.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
do you want milk with your tea or honey or anything?
Honey would be great. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Here, take this.
Well, thank you.
I actually invited you up here for a specific reason today, Mark.
Oh?
It's kind of a big deal.
Oh.
I know that, you and Bert especially have been really level-headed and calming influences, and I appreciate your friendship for those reasons, and I think I need your advice on this one.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to help in any way that I can.
Okay, here's the deal. You remember Chester Tyrone?
Yeah.
The old man who owned that property that I bought, and I built the little tiny houses on it, and we have that beautiful garden now in town. And,
Yeah.
well, he passed away right after I bought the property, right? But
Yeah, God rest him.
I just found out that he left me something in his will.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what? What would...
Here, let me take it out of the drawer. Here's the letter, first of all, and you can see, here, look at this. He said that he really appreciated my friendship, and he was glad to give me the property before he died, and here, look at this part. He says, I always knew I had to take this secret to the grave, but now that I'm finally dead, I can clear my conscience. I'm sorry to put this burden on you, Rose. You were always very kind to me. So I didn't really know what he was talking about until I got the other part of the package. And, well, look at this. It's an old record.
Yeah, it's like one of the old record-it-yourself 78s.
Yeah, exactly. It's from a long time ago. And here, I got this record player now. Can I play it for you?
Yes, please.
This is a recording, maybe the only one still in existence. It's the original recording of what Warren G. Harding thought about his visit to Broken. Remember how everybody thought that the president came here and it was his first trip to Alaska and he stopped in town and he was so happy to be here? And
yeah, he loved the town, he loved the people, he loved the scenery, and
I feel like all of Broken's existence is sort of based on this notion that Warren G. Harding was one of our founding fathers almost, that he really spurred the town to greatness.
well, it's about the one source of really local pride that we have.
Exactly. I mean, the statue of down by the harbor of Warren G. Harding, it shines in the sun like the Statue of Liberty when people come into the harbor. We're so proud of that visit. Here, you might want to sit down for this, Mark.
Okay.
Listen to this.
This is President Warren G. Harding on July 26, 1923, about my recent trip to Alaska. I remember very well my visit to a place called Broken. I was supposed to go to a nearby town called Austinville. On my way, some fishermen snagged my boat in their nets and dragged us into town. When they found out I was the president, they asked me to address the crowd, which I did. These yokels were especially proud of the new outhouse they had just built and insisted that I try it, which I did. After I removed several sizable splinters from my keister, they fed us lunch. I remember because later that night I became violently ill from food poisoning and had to skip the trip to Austinville. I am still unwell. I've never been so angry in my life. In the next session of Congress, I intend to propose a bill giving Broken Alaska back to Russia. Thank you.
Oh my God. He got hijacked.
In the letter from Chester Tyrone, he said he'd heard a story that the fishermen thought that the ship was actually a Russian delegation of Fabergé egg collectors. They were trying to hijack the ship. When they found out it was really the presidential cruise ship, they were really mad, actually. I don't think the people of Broken wanted the president here, and certainly it sounds like Harding didn't enjoy being here himself. I'm not sure if I should tell people about this or if it will destroy their morale so terribly that I understand now why Chester Tyrone kept the secret and took it to his grave. But what do I do, Mark?
Does he mention anything else in the letter?
Let's see. Yeah. He said that there were some tense moments when the president was trying to leave. I guess the local people, they were kind of mad, and they thought that he was supposed to pay for the usage of the outhouse, and he didn't have any cash, so they were going to make him work. Anyway, this woman, Esme, she stepped in and helped escort the president back to his ship. Isn't that your mom's name, Esme? I mean, obviously she couldn't be the same person if this was so long ago, but...
Esme is my mother's name.
Maybe you could ask her, I guess, if she's heard any of these stories.
Now, if anybody would know that story, it would be my mother. I will try and find my mom.
Oh, there was one other thing in the box from Chester Tyrone, actually. This is kind of a nice thing, though. Look, he left me this old recipe. Check it out. He says this is from Mr. Munsky's old bakery. Mr. Munsky's been dead, like 50 years now? Look how cute and yellow this index card is that he wrote this.
Matanuska Thunder Fudge Brownie?
That's right, yeah. I don't know if that's First People's sort of thing.
Well, it's kind of an appropriation, but...
It looks like the recipe is something I could still make. I was thinking maybe that'd be cool to have that sort of a brownie down at the vegetable stand, it would have some bit of history.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Could be something we sell to the tourists.
Something local, something native to us.
Yeah, right. I mean, look, can't read some of the words, but it seems just like the basic stuff.
Yeah.
Flour, cocoa, butter.
Yeah, 1.5 somethings of...
It's this herb mixture. In the box with this recipe was this little wad of green leafy... What do you think? It's all dried up. I was thinking of taking it down to Bricks, though. He has that 4th floor terrarium lab.
Oh, right.
We had those grow lights when we were doing the Zucumber hybrid.
The Frankencumber.
Yeah, Zucumber, Mark, Zucumber.
Frankencumber.
And he has that rehydrator that sometimes he sleeps in at night.
Oh, right.
It's near the hyperbaric chamber that he stays in sometimes.
It keeps him saturated at like 80-90% humidity. It's supposed to make him more youthful.
Anyway, so I think I'm going to try to grow this and see. It might be a cool, an heirloom variety, maybe.
Could I have a sample when you're done?
Absolutely. I'll make brownies for everybody.
I say do it.
If there's one thing that we've learned about Brett Brickman, it's that he always has something a bit iffy going on. And Rose is about to discover his latest obsession as she visits his mansion high on the hill overlooking town.
Are you sure you don't mind? I mean...
Come on up. We'll
you.
Have a look around and see what you can do.
Hi.
Shh. Please, pass over the wire, Liebchen.
What?
1, 2, 3, 1. Ja.
Jawohl. Now, turn the meter up to 2.5.
The stimuli is milliseconds. 1 milliseconds.
3.1 millisecond.
Hi, how's it going?
It's the woman from the oil painting.
Oh, Mark.
Oil
It
painting?
is the woman with her nose is a bit sharper.
What, oil painting? I'm not...
Jawohl. It's on the ceiling. You are there and you are creating the world. You are pointing down at Brick with your finger. At least I assume that's Brick. I've never seen him with such muscles.
Yeah, she has more clothing on than in the oil painting with us.
All right.
The one outside the hallway where she's coming out of the seashell.
Hey, let's concentrate on what we're doing.
Brick, who are these people in your lab, in lab coats? And I'm Rose, by the way.
Rose.
Liebchen, introduce yourself first, please.
I am Zelda Volga.
And I am Albrecht Müller, and we are here conducting a program of audiological research at the direction of Mr. Brett Brickman.
You're scientists
Jawohl.
conducting research in the lab?
We have the
Science.
doctorate in science.
Well, that's what labs are for, Rose.
Well,
You know,
yeah, of course. I just
research.
didn't know that you'd imported a couple of German scientists.
We
Like,
have been here for months.
Many months.
You've been here for months?
Yeah.
3 at least.
How could you have been here for 3 months? We've never seen you in town at all.
We have no need to be walking in your town. We have our food.
Everything they want, everything they need is here. So
Right,
that-
we are freed from the curse of natural sunlight here. We have this lovely artificial light here in the room.
Herr Brecht, he brings us the Wiener Schnitzel. He brings us his sauerkraut.
It stinks the whole house up.
I love sauerkraut, actually. But you
I turned the
keep
fans
them
on.
here? I mean, does he not let you leave? Are you locked here?
Oh,
No. We are here of our own free will.
they love being here. They get paid for every hour, so I wouldn't worry about them being prisoners.
I
okay?
guess I just didn't realize that you had people working up in the lab. What are you guys studying?
We are here to prove a very important scientific principle that audio stimulation is much more important than visual stimulation. All right, so we are exposing this rabbit to literature, right? See, the rabbit has long ears.
Yeah.
Very ideal for audiological research. We
He's
are
really cute. He's kind
He's
of
cute,
fuzzy. I
he's
didn't think we had
fluffy, he's
any rabbits
wonderful.
in
I love
town
his
at
Do
all.
little-
not touch the rabbit.
Oh,
please.
sorry.
Don't tell
I
Sheriff
apologize.
Jim that we've got this rabbit here, by the
So,
way.
what we have to do is we have the rabbit read a passage from literature. Could be Hemingway, could be Hammett, could be Gertrude Stein, and then we test it for retention, for comprehension, and then we have it write a 3-paragraph essay on what it learned.
You're giving the rabbit a quiz on what it read?
And then we read them back to him, and then we measure its brainwave activity. Look at this meter over here on the oscilloscope.
The audio is quicker than visual. Like in running races, you hear the audio of the gun. And that is what makes people go. They hear that
It
faster.
provokes an instantaneous adrenal response. You think, mein Gott, somebody's firing a pistol at me. I'd better run like you wouldn't believe.
The steps from the ears to the head is much many fewer steps than the eyes to the head.
Excuse me.
If you were to
excuse
look
me.
at a picture of a pistol firing, would you take it seriously?
So, this sounds like you're trying to prove that reading a book isn't as good as listening to a book?
Correct.
Is that
I've got a franchise for an audio set of
like books on tape or something?
more like Bachelor of Arts on tape, that sort of thing.
I don't understand. Are you
Well,
starting some sort of
as an
university
example, you
or
know,
something?
a BA, a BSc, whatever you like.
Is
but
this an
you-
online thing you're working on? Is this just a money-making scheme?
Yeah, well,
that you're
I
working-
suppose you could call it streaming, like a podcast.
It's
where you
between
know,
podcast learning.
Yeah, and
I hear that's very
you
popular in
get
China.
you get your certification. I got the franchise. I've got to market it. I'm going to use space in the hotel for the university.
Is
And
that legal?
Well, it's more than legal. It's tax deductible. So
Oh.
yeah, of course it's legal.
I mean, do you have a name picked out for this special university, like Brick and Mortar College or
Brick
something?
and mortar.
That was a
I
joke.
thought maybe Brickman would be a good name.
Oh, Brickman.
Brickman College. Sounds very, you know,
Sounds
sort of
kind of
Ivy League, doesn't it?
Oh God, we thought of the same words at the same time. I hate when we do that.
All right. Well, you know, that's why they're here, and it's costing me a
Yeah,
lot of
Brick.
money, and we're wasting their time here.
No, this is fascinating. My brain has already grown from the audio stimulation of listening to this conversation. I would be bored spitless if I had to read this whole thing, but listening to you now, it's all wonderful and for science.
No, for example, I already forget what you look like nude in the painting that
I'm
is
right here
hanging
front-
in the other
Nude?
room.
Brick.
What?
You have a. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Oh, look at your little fluffy bunny. I love you. Look at your little
Oh,
noses.
the little gosh. Oh, I just want to pinch.
Oh, it's science.
Anyway,
Must be brave.
Well, is it still okay if I try to regrow this plant here in the lab while you guys are doing this research?
Yeah.
I can just sort of sit up over here in the corner.
Rabbits
well, I
love
tell you what,
plants.
there's
No,
a,
don't let the
Rabbits are
rabbit eat the
wonderful.
plant. I'm
There's
trying to
a-
grow the plant.
You can
What's
control.
wrong with you? Don't you want the rabbit to be healthy for
I
the
do want
science?
the rabbit to be healthy, but I need to grow the plant because I'm making the brownies from the warren. Look, I really need to talk to you about something else, Brick. Do you think we could maybe step back this way? And Herr Mueller and Fräulein Zolwig, it was very nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too.
I forget what you look like, but I heard what you sound like.
I guess so. Look, if you guys need help, like wink twice or
She thinks she need help.
Do we sound crazy?
No, I don't
No,
think we
no,
sound
no,
crazy.
I just-
Somebody saying.
okay. I'll stop by again tomorrow.
As long as we are stuck up.
Rose.
Okay, come. Okay. How long have you had those two up there? You said 3 months.
3
Brick?
months, yeah.
Look, speaking of audio recordings, I have something I want to talk to you about.
Okay, shoot.
You remember Chester Tyrone, that old man who sold me his property? Not only did he leave me the plant that I'm trying to regrow, he left me a recording.
Uh-huh.
Well, Can you keep a secret? Don't tell anybody this.
I think I'm the only one in town who can keep a secret, Rose.
Whatever. Listen, it's an original recording of Warren G. Harding when he came to visit Broken.
Oh, wow.
Apparently he was actually headed to Austinville. He thought that was like the greatest town or something. He was going to stop there. He wasn't going to stop at Broken at all, but he was hijacked for the Fabergé eggs. And then a bunch of people in Broken tried to make him use the outhouse. And so that's why he had to say that we were the greatest town, even though he really didn't think we were. I'm not sure I'm remembering everything exactly correctly, but
I have not often seen you not be able to put a sentence together.
No,
this has really upset you.
well, I'm kind of worried. It sounds like from these recordings that everything that the town of Broken is based on, this idea that Harding came here on purpose because we were the greatest town and he wanted to visit us, it sounds like none of that is true and that Austinville actually was the place he was headed.
Ouch. Well, that could affect my marketing.
That could affect all our marketing, Brick. I mean, think about it. We got the whole cruise ship coming up here and the Warren G. Harding Museum and the statue. And I could make these the Warren G. Harding brownies. And I mean, think about Old Man Fletcher. Half the stuff in aisle 7A in Felcher's is Harding memorabilia. You have those Harding bust piggy banks. And he even has that machine where you put in 2 quarters and you crank it and out pops a smushed penny with Harding's face on it. I mean, if we lose that stuff, what are we going to do?
And what about Bert? I mean, he draws people's faces in Harding
in Harding clothes and hats, right. I think the town will be devastated if they find this out.
I tell you what, I've got some archives, and it's got a fair amount of history in it.
In your office, you have some old history of Broken?
Yeah. I like this town. That's why I keep historical records, because I don't want them to get lost.
Do you think you could go down there and you could see if there's anything written about this?
It'll take me a while to go through it. Yeah, look, let me go. Do what you got to do here, and I'll loop back and we'll talk again later. Okay?
All right, well, look, don't tell anybody, okay? I want to keep this under our hat until we know more.
Okay, Rose. Whatever you ask me, I'm going to be there for you.
Thanks, Brick. I appreciate your candor.
You are listening to Broken Alaska, radio's only improvised ongoing drama series on Space 101.1. Visit us on Facebook at Broken AK and catch up on previous episodes via your favorite podcaster. Heather O'Hearn is the head of the City Council, but today, instead of dealing with clerical drudgery, she's at Brick's office talking with Louise about her newfound passion, yoga.
Louise, thank you for letting me borrow this paper from Brick. It's just what I need to print out the details for my new yoga shack.
Oh, it's really no problem. Do you have enough? It was very expensive. Use as much as you want. Take it. Do you need any other office supplies? Extra stapler? Why not?
Well, thank you.
Or maybe some gold-plated staples. He bought. Take it.
Oh, look at that fancy pen over there. I think that might be a good little sign-in for when people come in to take my class.
Yes, that is Brick's favorite pen. Take it, please. He will want you to have it. Where are you going to post this?
I'm going to post it everywhere. I want everyone in town to come and experience my yoga classes.
So, Heather, are you qualified to be teaching yoga?
For the past 3 months, I have done nothing but watch yoga YouTube videos. I am an expert.
Oui. But, Heather, I watch a lot of cooking videos, but I'm no chef.
It's different with yoga because you become one with the video. You're there. Their knowledge is your knowledge. These yoga videos have changed my life.
To be honest, I don't think that the broken people are going to want to do yoga.
Well, there's something I haven't told you. I've also been studying to moose calls. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is the answer. I will develop my own breath. They have that yoga breath and breath of fire. I thought, Alaska, moose breath. That's how I'm going to get people here.
You do look a lot more calm. I don't want to bring this up, but you have a bit of a reputation. You're known for your lack of anger management. So, to be honest, I think yoga, it would be good for you.
Angry? People around the town think I'm angry? Look, I think it's just a lot of passion. I care about Broken a lot. And if something goes wrong in Broken, it's always my job to fix it.
Okay. Would you call it passion when you drove the UGA guy out of town? I've never seen someone so mad. Your face was bright red.
UGA. The UGA guy never wanted to build in Broken.
Okay. The yoga, breathe. Like I was saying, I think it will be good.
You know, if you ever want to just come and do some moon salutations with me to help you further your singing career, I just...
Well, if you think it will help my singing voice, maybe I'll give it a try. Could I maybe do some of the singing during the class?
Oh my gosh, I think that would be amazing.
I agree.
Maybe we could record you singing and me doing yoga and make our own YouTube yoga videos.
French music and mousse breath. Oh.
Hey, Heather, you found my pen. Thank you.
Hello, Brick.
I have something. You got a pinky swear, all right?
Pinky swear?
Okay.
Rose found a recording.
And
And basically, the gist of it is Warren G. Harding came to Broken by accident.
What?
You said that it was Rose?
Yeah, I
Just
didn't
like
hear
Rose. This is some conspiracy to ruin the whole town.
Why would
It
Rose
could
do
have.
that?
Did you not hear it? Was
Louise?
it not Rose's voice? She has a very manly voice. It could have been very low. She pretends to say this stuff to ruin Broken. I know she would do it.
I'm sorry, I don't hear that when I hear her voice.
Ew, I think man right when she talks.
Back to what was said. You need to tell me a little bit more about what's going on. Warren G. Harding is the reason we have this great town.
They thought he had the Fabergé eggs, right? But he came to Broken because he needed to poop. And before you know it, Austinville is going to come here and take all our fame.
We know that he came here to give us the award for the greatest town in Alaska. I mean, that's why we have the Fabergé egg.
It's a very convoluted story. But if I can just find these documents in my files, I can fix all of this.
The Fabergé egg. It's there in the Harding Museum. I visit it every day. There's a spotlight on it. Oh.
Hey, Heather. Would you just forget about the egg for a minute? I need to look through some files, okay?
I can't believe that all of this is a lie. The whole town was built on lies. Austinville is not a good town. They have stolen so much.
Heather, you're starting to sweat. Maybe take a mousse breath. Breathe a little. Yes, very good.
The thing is here, he got sick, and on his way back to California, he died.
You're not blaming our food? Something from Broken could have killed him? No.
It would make sense if it was food poisoning. Because even back then, they are nasty produce ladies.
Louise, where are my documents?
I have a whole other file cabinet over there.
Why is this croissant in here?
Don't touch my croissant, Brick.
Most people in Broken have more than one job, and a good example of that is Lars Larsenson, security guard on the Moshi Moshi Toibashi fish processing ship, Northern Lights tour guide, sauna operator, proprietor of the Viking Burial Service, and owner of Lars's Kombucha Emporium. And that's where we find him today.
Unta, Joey, unta.
How you doing there, Lars? Listen, I need like a whole case, a secret Jackberry chocolate kombucha. I just need to smooth my brain out while I'm thinking of stuff.
Oh, it's the best kombucha. Deep but dark,
Burntness.
burning, a chocolate of go. Well, yeah, let me go in the back in just in a minute, get a case for you. We've got that. The case comes at a discount of 10%.
10%.
I'm going to get you 2 cases and we give you 8% off.
Okay, well, you go get it, and I'll be thinking about it while I'm thinking about my big secret,
Joey,
jackfruit.
you've got some sort of a secret.
Well, actually, I do have a little something I've been wanting to say to someone for a long time. I promised Louise I wouldn't tell her because I pinky secreted her that I would never tell anybody, but you know how that is.
Oh, and I know. I do. I want to say a word to anyone.
That's what I wanted to hear. You know what? Don't tell Brick. I know where his hotel permit is.
No.
Because me and Louise, we kind of took it.
This is so great.
We just happened to find in one of the locked drawers with a hidden key, we happened to find the permit. Well, me and Louise were going to make our own big amalgamated cabaret journalistic palace.
A newspaper empire.
But we're having some problems, and we seem to be thinking about how to approach this in different ways. Because where I see, intellectual thoughts and the truth about the world, she sees like cabarets and individual starlight rooms. And Louise and I, it's not going so good, and I'm not sure how we're going to work this out. It's giving me headaches.
Maybe I could distract Louisa in exchange for some help from you on an issue that I have.
Oh, yeah?
If you could just get me the water permit to Brick's laundromat from the drawer that you have the hidden key to.
Wait a second. You're asking me to steal the permit?
But Joey, you've just stolen the hotel permit.
But that was different.
You know, Joey, you can't build an empire without breaking a few bricks. And the Brick Brinkman has been no friend to you in this.
Well,
Or you might see your dreams will go down the jackhole.
when you put it that way, it does make total sense. Yeah, of course.
As a modicum of happiness, let's count all the people that would be happy. I would be happy, you would be happy, Louisa would be happy, the town of Broken would be happy, and Brick Brinkman, who's never known to be happy in his entire life, would just simply remain unhappy. So there we go, everybody's fine.
That would just be the same as it always is, except for Brick, and he's unhappy. And anyway, who cares about Brick, right?
I don't care about Brick Brinkman. I've actually composed a new kombucha called the Rose Thorn just for him. It creates a sensation of diarrhea.
Well, you know what? Get me my kombucha, and I can get going on this.
Yeah, let me run get it.
Lars, how are you?
Oh, Dr. Burgess, welcome to the Emporium.
All right, well, that's my cue. Remember, lips sealed with a zipper. Give me
Here's
that
your
stuff.
3 cases. I'll send you the bill, Joey.
All right, have a good day, Doc. See you later, Laws.
Welcome to the butcher shop.
I don't know much about this, and I've been a little bit curious. Certainly the claims about the health benefits, they seem a little overstated, but...
Understated, Doc. Understated. The medicinal point of kombucha is to make the body whole in spirit and mind. Once you have a kombucha every day, you will blossom, Doc, like the aurora borealis at night over the sky. And I invite you to come down for a sitting in the tub anytime you like. But kombucha is the elixir of the gods. Doc, I'm going to give you this sample. Now I want you to take it with a clear and open mind. I give you the drink. I'm going to give you the sample of jasmine because I feel your spirit as I see your aura. I do see a bit of maybe a love coming into your life, and I want to open the heart. So take take some of the jasmine, taste it. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. That's...
It's lovely, isn't it, Doc?
It's kind of tingly.
Now listen, Doctor, may I avail myself of your professional services?
Sure, of course. How can I help you?
I have received a letter from Denise, Doctor.
Oh.
As you know, her and Kitty are on the World Library Tour, and they've arrived in New York City. And they've sent a letter with a large shipping box. It's in the back, and I'm just wondering, I understand that sometimes when the human business is slow, perhaps you help other mammals, the 4-legged kind.
Of course.
Well, may I open the letter? Would you be here when I read it? I'm a little unnerved.
Well, sure. I'm happy to help you, Lars.
Thank you, Doctor. Hello.
Hello from New York. We're on 5th Avenue today. We're in the main branch of the NYPL. And did you know it's been around for over 100 years? And one of the nicest parts is called the Rose Reading Room.
Do you think that's named after our Rose? Rose from the coffee shop?
I don't know. I don't think she's that old. The weirdest thing about the New York Library, though, there aren't any books in here. Apparently, a few years ago, they took all the books off the shelves and hid them. You have to ask this librarian if you want to read one, and then pass some background checks, have a DNA scan.
Denise, that was not the librarian who did that to you. That was just some guy.
Oh, okay. Our favorite part of the New York Library are these 2 giant marble lions out front. We definitely think that Broken Library should have a mascot. We'll write again soon. Love, Denise.
And Kitty.
Wow. That's a wonderful letter.
Would you mind opening the crate with me? This is going to be a bit surprising, but I need someone to tell me what this thing is.
Thing?
I'm going to open the lid a bit, and you take a look in, and then I'm going to close the lid very quickly.
Okay. Here we go.
Let me get my crowbar.
Okay.
Look, Doc, it looks like to me it's just a bit of an awkward kitten. Just give it a pet. Give it a pet. I'll give it a pet.
No, for God's sake.
It's okay, Doc, I've got it.
Lars, no, for goodness sake. No, I don't want you to lose your hand or your arm up to the shoulder.
Just give it a pet. What is that thing?
That's a honey badger.
Well, we don't have many honey badger in Scandinavia. I wondered what that...
They sent you a honey badger? That's highly dangerous.
Should I pet it?
No, I think it would eat you.
Oh.
A honey badger, that's from Africa or Southwest Asia. Where would he even find this in New York City?
Denise loves the smaller furry animals. I bet with a sweet-sounding name like a honey badger, she thought, it'll be a cuter thing. And
honey badgers usually live alone. They dig these big tunnels and burrows. This doesn't seem like the kind of thing that we want around here.
Maybe I should keep it on the ship. You can't tunnel from the ship. It looks like a sweet little animal to me. I bet it's sweet. It's honey.
These things are really tough. They can fend off lions and porcupine quills, and they're ferocious. You can't have this around.
I'm going to call it honey.
Let me look into how to handle this and how to get this away from us.
Lars, thank God you're here. Oh, hi, Doc.
Heather.
I don't think I've ever seen you in the kombucha emporium.
Doing a little research, that's all.
I'm going to do something that I've never done in the history of the kombucha shop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give each of you a free jasmine passion because I think the two of you could both use love in your life.
Well,
perhaps you could meet later and talk about it.
Maybe we could meditate together?
That would be nice. Do I have to wear yoga pants?
Don't even wear pants. Just go out to the sauna, sit under the aurora borealis, drink some kombucha, have a nice time.
It's up to Doc.
I wouldn't. Yes, sure.
And there we go, Doc. You'll take a walk on the wild side.
Speaking of wild things, have you heard about what Rose has discovered today?
No, what?
Brick just came running into his office and he's searching through his files, but Rose said that Warren G. Harding left a recording admitting that he intended to give us the Fabergé egg of greatness for being the greatest town in Alaska, but that Austinville stole it from us because they were a bigger town.
Wait, what? The Fabergé egg that's at the museum now?
Yes, that egg. That was given to us by him, and then Austinville stole it.
The egg?
The title for greatest town in Alaska.
No, I'm pretty sure Austinville has a big sign as you drive into town that says, greatest town in Alaska. I mean...
They stole our title.
Oh, you know how those people from Austinville are. They steal everything from this town. The football trophy. Remember back in 1978, we went to the finals. We weren't playing, but we were there. And we watched that game with all our heart. And well, Austinville did win, but that trophy should have been ours. We had the most spirit. We had the most pride. We deserve that trophy. That's it. I am calling a town meeting tonight.
Heather, I love your vengeance and power and your rage for justice. I have a special kombucha.
Bring some kombucha.
Heather.
Put your pants on. We are going to have a meeting. They're coming to steal the egg of greatness.
Okay, Heather.
I need a little moose breath.
Oh. Heather, what are you doing? Are you going to throw up?
It's wonderful. It's moose breath. You become one with the moose inside of you. Now I want you to feel your spirit antlers growing as you breathe. And you inhale. And our antlers must come through our spines. And we must breathe as one town as we all run like moose with our antlers above our heads. And we will show those Austinvillians who we really are. We are broken.
Well, now that pretty much everyone in town knows about the explosive Warren G. Harding recording, Heather has called a meeting at town council to try to hold it all together.
Now the first order of business. Everyone inhale and exhale and feel your spirit antlers. The moose energy is in the building now.
Can we get on with the meeting, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I know you've been hearing a lot of crazy rumors and stories floating around Broken today about a secret recording. I'm here to tell you, they're all true.
Come on,
the dreaded Austin.
Wait a minute.
It's true. Brick said he has it by good authority. Brick?
I said that there was a recording So I'm not saying it's true. I'm still going through my archives.
No, man, I heard that on this record you can hear like Warren G. Harding talking about Broken Man and how the stench of the fishermen almost drove him away from shore, and it was only the loving embraces of a local woman named Esme that convinced him to stay for as long as he did.
Wait a minute. Calm down. I don't think so.
This is what I heard.
What is it, Joey?
The gangsters came from New York to get after Warren Harding because he was doing paybacks for the prohibition and the alcohol. They came and they followed him to the outhouse, and they caught him in the outhouse, and that's the recording of him in the outhouse and the lady, and when they off him at that time.
Oh, Joey. Oh, no. That can't be true.
I heard that a dog beat him because right the same time the year he came, then there were no more dogs in Broken.
Everybody calm down.
Rose.
Look, first of all, how did you all even hear about this recording? This was supposed to be a secret. I mean, yes, I told Mark, and I told Brick, and I told Margaret Hall, and I told Joey, and I sent a telegram to Kitty Denise.
Hey, wait a minute. What does it matter?
Well, it matters because it's the entire foundation of Broken is built on a lie mark.
You know what the foundation of Broken really is, Heather?
What?
It's us, right here, right now. Who cares why Warren G. Harding stayed here, why he left here? We are the foundation of Broken. We build this town every day by just getting up in the morning, doing whatever it is that we do, whether it's Johnny venting paranoia, whether it's Rose trying to convince us that kale is good. We are what make this town go.
Well, that's lovely, Mark.
We need to calm down and remember what's important. Remember who's important.
These rumors have gotten way out of control today. All that was on the recording was a bit of Warren G. Harding saying that he stopped in Broken, he enjoyed his time here, and that even though it was an unplanned stop, he did visit, he did use the outhouse, he did make a speech, and we can hold on to all the history and stories that we have learned to love here in Broken.
Oh, thank you.
That's all that was on the recording, right, Mark?
Yep, that's it. I heard it myself.
You know, I agree with Mark because Senor Harding was a great El Presidente, but, you know, regardless of why he stopped here, the fact is he stopped here. And we can have the spirit of Warren G. Harding in each of us as we go through our day.
And we can market that. Guess it's all about spinning it the way we need to spin it.
We still have the Fabergé egg.
Are you talking about the egg in the Harding Museum?
Yes.
Heather, I made that dang egg for an Easter basket 35 years ago.
Heather, you don't look so good. That vein in your temple is popping way out. Okay, moose breast.
Oh.
Jeez, Heather, when I told you that thing was a Fabergé egg, I didn't expect you to believe me.
Mark, I hated to lie to them just now about the recording, but gosh, it just seems like Warren G. Harding has just given them all so much reason to live. It seems like they're really endeared by this history of him, and maybe a little revisionism isn't such a bad thing.
Given how the meeting went, I agree with you.
I didn't know it was going to blow up like this. I think I'm going to destroy the recording.
Might not be such a bad idea.
Thank you for joining us for Broken Alaska, radio's only ongoing improvised drama series on Space 101.1 FM. Starring in this week's episode were Michael Crowley as Mark and Albrecht Mueller, Carrie Aguila as Rose, Paul Einhorn as Brick, Carol Sperrer as Vilda Zoldveg, Julie Bragg as Heather, Lisa Kaufman as Louise, Kevin Trawick as Lars Larsenson, Anthony Floyd as Doc Burgess, and Mike Fuller as Warren G. Harding, Carlos, and the announcer. It was written, directed, edited, and produced by Carrie Aguila and Mike Fuller. Music by Audionautics.com. We'd tell you what's coming up next time on Broken Alaska, but since it's improvised, you'll know as soon as we do.